It's Christy. Welcome back, you guys. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I know it's a little bit later today than most Fridays, but I am back with you guys here on the Pop-Up Couch. And I just wanted to start with a few little things I've been thinking about over the last week. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that you guys even give me 5 minutes of your time every week, and I just thank you so much for that. It really means a lot to me, and thank you is actually my favorite prayer. I don't know if you're a spiritual person or if you go to church. If you don't, it's whatever it is, but when it comes to just simple prayers, right? Just simple little, something you could just kind of add to your day once in a while. I think just the simple thank you is so big. It just really, like, those little words go so far in everybody's day. So again, I just wanted to extend that thank you to you for always tuning in, and for your feedback and your comments. It really means a lot to me, you guys, because I just, like I said before, this is just something I love to do. People say, like, do you need a license to do this thing that you're doing, to give advice, or are you a therapist and all that? No, I'm not a licensed therapist, and no, I didn't go to school for any kind of therapy or something like that. Not saying that I wouldn't want to, or never thought about it. I have, and I would. The truth is, I just I don't know. I just think life experience for me gives me more opportunity to share my feelings about certain things. That's all. But again, there's nothing wrong with going to school for therapy. I think it's wonderful. I just happen to I just like to pop up my couch and just give some advice here and there. So with that, you guys, I wanted to start with, what are your hobbies? Do you have hobbies that you that you do every day, every week, every month? Do you have something that takes your mind off of work, or the other kind of stressful things that may be a part of your day or your week? I think hobbies are underrated, actually, and I think that as we get older, we stop doing those things that used to really make us happy, right? Kind of like an escape. I mean, it's so important to have a hobby, and a lot of times the hobby that you choose tends to tie back to what your purpose is in this life, which I really do believe is true. So for instance, sitting here on this pop-up couch and talking to you guys is actually a hobby for me. I don't make any money on this. I don't plan on making money on this. It's just something that I really enjoy doing. I love listening to self-help tapes, and I read books about people that are inspired, and just people that have a positive outlook on life. So I like to do those things for fun, and then I like to share with you guys. So this is just a hobby for me. So it's nice to get in touch with what does make you happy, right? Like, kind of takes the edge off and the stress out of your life. So whatever that might be, bike riding, or maybe you play bridge once a week. I know, and that's like an older thing, but some people do that. Do you cook? Do you do yoga? What is it that you guys are doing? Because it's important to have a hobby. Don't underestimate a hobby, okay? Seriously. And a hobby you don't make money on. It's just something that you do because it brings out the best in you, right? So it helps to lift your spirits. And we're always looking for ways to lift our spirits so that we can be happier people, and we can be better for the people around us, right? A better version of ourselves, I should say. Sorry about the stain on my shirt. I'm not really sure what happened there. So yeah, hobbies are important. If you don't have a hobby right now, that's fine, but it's important to kind of think about, what it is I like to do in my spare time. And a lot of us are so busy, hi Bruce, that we don't give ourselves a chance to actually think about what we would like to be doing in our free time. And I'm not talking about taking the kids to the park. I'm not talking about working. I'm talking about, let's get back to those things that really kind of do it for us, right? Kind of bring out the best in us. So if you don't have a hobby, it's cool. Just sit down sometime this weekend if you can, and try to think back about what really makes you happy, right? To do in your spare time. It doesn't even have to cost anything. It could be free. Like what I'm doing here, this is free. This doesn't cost me anything. Hobbies shouldn't cost you money, right? So get back in touch with that. I think that's really good for helping you feel better, especially if you're feeling down lately, right? If you're feeling overwhelmed by something, a hobby will definitely bring out the best in you and help you feel better. So think about that. Also, self-awareness. I want to bring this up. I want to ask you guys a question. How are you making people feel during the day? Okay, people that you're interacting with, whether it's your kids or your coworkers or somebody at the gas station. How are you making other people feel on a daily basis? Self-awareness is so important because some of us just get so wrapped up in the things that we're doing and we're not thinking about what we're, saying to people or how we're making them feel. Are we beeping at them? Are we rushing them through the grocery line? It's really important to pay attention to how we are acting and what we're saying, okay? And also remember, this is important, that people will only remember how you made them feel once you're gone. They're not going to remember the BMW that you drove. They're not going to remember that big, white picket fence you had around your backyard. They're not going to remember your golf score. They're going to remember, what did this person make me feel when they were here? When the time I spent with them, for the majority of the time, how did I feel in their presence? That's very powerful, but it's very true, and a lot of us don't really pay attention to those things. And I really do want you to pay attention to those things if you can, because your presence is important. And, again, we talked about this last time. Being the best version of yourself as often as possible is the best thing you can do for yourself. And for people around you, of course, that have to and also want to be with you and spend time with you. So be a little more self-aware, okay? Because that's important. So I wanted to just drop that with you. Also, do you want to wake up tomorrow morning a more attractive version of yourself? Would you like to be more attractive tomorrow morning when you wake up? Okay, yeah, okay, I do. I think everybody can say, yeah, sure, that sounds good. Here's how you do it. Are you ready? It's very simple. Be yourself. That's it. It's free. Just get up in the morning and be yourself. I know that sounds so silly, but it's true. And how many of us are, hi Pablo, how many of us are actually getting up every morning and just being ourselves? I don't think a lot of us are. And I think that we're selling ourselves short by not being ourselves, our actual 100% selves, right? Authentically. I know it's not easy, especially for people that are in their 20s. We're in our 20s. I've been there. We're all trying to play a part or kind of go with the crowd or, watching our P's and Q's. But the truth is, the more attractive someone is because they actually are being themselves. They're not afraid of being judged. They're not afraid of saying the wrong thing. Okay. They're just being themselves. So try that tomorrow. I know that's a very big step for some people because they're in denial, right? They're trying to be something they're not, and they've been doing that for so long. But the truth is, just be yourself. You're going to be so much more attractive. I promise. This is so true. Hi, Drew. If you want to be more attractive, just be yourself. Really. Especially by the time you're 30, it's time to just be yourself, isn't it? Who are we trying to kid? Who are you trying to be? Just be you. Because you are the only you there is. So be it. Easy, right? I want to say interesting people for a minute. I want to talk about interesting people. The most interesting people that I know or that I have met or meet daily are people that hang out at convenience stores and people that just hang out at 7-Elevens. People are just kind of hanging around, right? They're kind of around. They're not busy. You always see them outside smoking or just hanging around somewhere. They're the most interesting people to me because they're observing everything that's going on. They're not stuck in their phone or their iPad, right? They're not distracted. They're my favorite people actually these days. The most interesting people are the ones that are actually looking up in the sky and looking around and being aware, right? Observing. So just pay attention to those people. Hi Drew. What did you say? You're honest. You're hot? You are hot. Nice to see you. I went to high school with Drew. Yeah. Drew didn't really pay much attention to me in high school, but that's okay. We're friends now, so that's cool. Although, you know what, Drew? I don't think I was actually being my 100% self in high school. So that's probably why I wasn't as attractive as I could have been. So now I'm being 100% myself, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I want to talk about country music, you guys. I know a lot of people say they hate country music and it's stupid, but the truth is, eventually you'll appreciate country music once you can relate to it, or your life resembles a country music song someday, all right? Because country music really does say a lot of true things about life and feelings and situations and heartbreak, and also kind of, I don't know, just simple life. Right, so I happen to love country music. I love every kind of music, but I think I'm going to stick up for country music because I just feel like country music does kind of speak to your soul. I really do believe that. Also, are you built for stress? I know that's kind of a loaded question. Are you built for stress? What does that mean, Christy? Well, the truth is, are you sweating all the small stuff that comes your way daily? I mean, are you one of those people that is just, your battery is so depleted that you can't avoid, I should say, any confrontation? You're just constantly battling? Because you have to pick your battles, don't you? You can't fight with everyone all the time. And the happier you are inside, the less often you're going to fight with people, right? You're just not going to play along. If someone's going to come at you at a restaurant or in traffic or whatever. I always bring up traffic. I'm sorry. You know what it is? I live here in New Jersey, and people are so pissed off, actually. Like, they get in the car and they're pissed. They're late, I guess, to wherever they're going, and they're just it's like they're just on this mission to just, you know, just, they'll run you over to get to where they're going. And it's bullshit. I mean, where I'm from, we didn't do that. But here, maybe that's, I don't know. I don't know if that's just around the whole country or just Jersey. I don't know. But people are just battling constantly, right? They're just not in a happy place. So I want to say that, are you built for stress? How do you become stronger as far as fighting off these little battles? Well, hobbies, number one, we talked about that in the beginning of the video. Find a hobby, okay, and try to at least practice that hobby a couple times a week. It's important. Hi, Pat. Find a hobby that you like and practice that. That's number one. Number two, try to get enough rest. We all should do this more, right? Try to get enough rest. Also, don't dwell in the past. Is there something that you're holding on to that you just can't seem to shake? I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody very close to me reached out to me yesterday and let me know that they were still battling and suffering over a breakup that they had with someone that they really cared about, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and they just can't seem to get past this. We've all been there, you guys. Seriously, we've all been there. And it does suck when somebody breaks up with you. It sucks when you don't see it coming, and especially if you think that this person was the one for you. There's not just one person for you. There's many people for you, okay? But you may have got with someone that, you know, had many qualities that you liked or loved, and all of a sudden one day you woke up and they were just done with you. They didn't want anything to do with you, and they moved on. And that sucks. And for anyone who has ever been there, I think most of you guys watching have felt this way before. It is hard to come to terms with because your ego is crushed, right? Like, what the hell happened? I thought we had something here. I thought this was it for me. We were going to have a family, and we were going to have kids or whatever. But you know what? Sometimes life dishes you these things for a reason, okay? And I also believe that you, most likely, if you've been heartbroken before by someone, it's because that person was very close to someone that you want, right? Someone that you've been looking for, but not quite the right one. There is something, I wish I had a name for this, but I truly believe that in life we're always given someone at some point that's close to what we want. Very, very close. They look like the one, right? Almost any angle you spin them, they look like the one for you. But there's just something not 100% for that, there, but a lot of us are willing to accept that and just go, and I don't like to use the word settle, but I am going to say this now. A lot of us will settle for someone who's almost the one. And a lot of times when we do that, that almost the one person breaks up with us because we're not it for them. So, not to be too, not to get too confusing with this, but what I'm saying is, it happened for a reason. It always comes, everything happens for a reason. Stop questioning it. Don't live in the past, okay? If someone wants to get up every morning and they're okay not having you in their life, they're not the one for you, okay? Seriously. Because the one for you or the ones for you, because there are plenty of people that are right for you in this world. If you're with someone who really, truly cares for you, they will not be able to wake up one morning without you in their life. I promise that. That's the truth. So that's the only way you're going to get over something like this. You have to convince yourself of this. This is so true. And anyone out there watching who's with someone that really, truly cares for them will agree, right? It's the truth. So also make more contributions, okay? If you're feeling shitty, you just can't seem to shake whatever feeling you're having, you're just kind of stuck, you're not giving enough. You're just not. You're not giving enough back. I don't know. Maybe you're just being selfish, or we've all been there, right? We all can be selfish at times, but if you want to feel better about yourself, help someone else out. It's very simple, right? but it's easy. Hold the door for somebody. Give somebody a nice compliment. Do little simple anonymous acts of kindness if you want to feel better, and make a change today. If something in your, here's the thing, when people feel like they're when they say the word depressed, I'm so down, I can't seem to shake this feeling. Well, it's because you're out of control. You have no control over what's happening in your life, and it's time to regain control, okay? And how do you regain control quickly? Well, start making some decisions for yourself. Start making some changes for yourself. Start with one thing. You know, like tonight, I am not going to watch Netflix again. I've been watching Netflix all week, and I am not going to come home tonight from work and watch Netflix. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to, I'm going to read a book, or I'm going to start thinking about a hobby that I haven't been thinking about lately. I'm going to, there's a million things you can do, or I'm going to go to the gym, right? I'm going to do something healthy for myself. There's all different ways of being healthy. So if you're feeling down, make some contributions, okay? And treat yourself a little bit better, recharge. Also, what has to happen in order for you to feel happy every day? What has to happen? Because the truth is, if you're hoping someone else is going to make you feel happy because you're not happy, it's never going to work. You have to be happy. You have to come from a place of happiness and wholeness in order for someone else to feel happy too around you. So in other words, if I'm holding a bag of oranges and you want oranges, I have more than enough oranges to share, right? Just like love, just like happiness. So if I'm truly happy and I feel whole, I can give you some of that happiness and wholeness because I'm fully charged with that. And again, it all comes back to, what are we doing every day in our lives? How are we getting up in the morning? Are you getting out of bed in the morning and saying thank you? You don't have to say it out loud, but are you actually aware that you woke up this morning? Some people didn't. You did. So say thank you. Just be appreciative of this day that you've been, again, another day to do something. What are you doing today? What's on the agenda? The same old thing you did the last 20 years? Or is today going to be different for you? Is today the day you're actually going to say, you know what, today I want to do something big today. I want to start something bigger in my life. I'm going to start that book I've been dying to write. I'm going to sit down at the piano that I haven't played in 20 years, and I'm going to start playing it again because I remember how that used to make me feel. Everybody has a different story, all right? Seriously, and it's so interesting when you talk to people, like, what makes you tick? What brings out the fire in you? What really does it for you? And everybody has a different response to this question. No one's response is the same, and that's not a coincidence because we're all here for a purpose. All of us have something to give, something to contribute, something that brings out the best in us. And when you tap into that, you become unstoppable. Seriously. So that's a lot, I know, but it's true, you guys. Before I go with you guys, I wanted to say one more thing. Well, actually, I think I said just about everything. Hi Jennifer, I will definitely tune back in with you guys next week. I have my pop-up couch. Hopefully when the weather's as nice as it is today, I'll be back in New York City. I cannot wait to put this couch in Central Park, at, Grand Central Station. I was there a few months back, and I'll be there every Friday. Just, again, I love talking to the homeless people. I have a friend of mine that, well, now she lives in Chester, close to Chester, so I'll be in Chester, PA, hopefully outside of a homeless shelter, because I love those people. I love them because they're real. They're not afraid to be themselves. They have a journey that they love talking about, and so much wisdom to share. So I'm really looking forward to those times with you guys. So until next Friday, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and get back in touch with really what makes you happy, because when you're truly happy with yourself, then everyone else around you feels good. Okay? So wake up. You want to be more attractive? Be more yourself and be a happier version and the best version of yourself. Okay? Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.